Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel, Mummy and Olivia. Thank you for joining me today. Today is currently, hold on, randomly my phone is not telling me, 26th of July. I'm not actually sure when this video is going to go up, which is why I've said the date, because I don't know why, but I'm nervous about filming this one. I think it's just because it's such a personal experience. I know lots of people have gone through it, so I'm not sure when it will be going up. It might be a month or so from now. I'm kind of hoping it'll go up and it will counteract good and bad, but I don't know. Anyway, so as the title suggests, this is about my miscarriage. I have got two girls already, at the time 7 and 3, and back last August, so almost a year ago, we decided that we'd start trying for baby number 3. We'd always wanted a third. It was just kind of working stuff out, logistics. Obviously, we wanted to move. We were in a 3-bedroom house, so we wanted a 4-bedroom house. We upgraded our car. I mean, to be fair, we did that quite early on. I kept everything. We were just kind of always knew that we wanted a third baby. So, like I said, last year we started trying for baby number 3, and it definitely didn't happen straight away, which is kind of, for me, I just assumed it was a dead cert. You know, I've got 2 girls that I fell pregnant with both of them very quickly, you know, the same month that we started trying, I fell pregnant. So you just always assume number 3 will just follow suit. I mean, why wouldn't it? Obviously everything works, so if 1 and 2 have done it, why hasn't 3 just come along? So anyway, September came, obviously nothing happened. Same with October, same with November. So then when December came around, I was almost not reluctant to test. I just kind of assumed it's been, you know, September, August, September, October, November, 4 months. So I just thought, I don't know, it's not happening. I didn't have any symptoms for both of the girls. I had symptoms really early. I just knew before I tested. I just knew that I was. So then September came, and it was the 30th of December. Sorry, December, not September. 30th of December. I remember waking up and I just said, there's a test in that drawer. Do you want to just pass it to me? I don't think I am, but I'm due on tomorrow, I think it was. And I remember I was still half asleep, and I know obviously they say you're supposed to do it very early in the morning. And so I got up, went into the bathroom, done it, and popped it on the side, and by the time I'd finished, it was like a blazing positive line. And that was on the 30th of December. I took that at 7:48 in the morning, so obviously it was very early. Then we were like, we've got plans for New Year's Eve, we were supposed to be going out, and obviously we didn't want to tell anyone, and I obviously didn't want to drink. So we decided that we'd use the excuse I was going to drive, because obviously it's New Year's Eve and it's very busy, trains, blah, blah, blah. And we were taking the girls out, and we weren't going without the girls. So we managed to get out of that because I said I was driving. Obviously didn't have a drink, we celebrated New Year, you know, everything was going well. Then I remember, when I was about 6 weeks or something, I rang up our local birthing centre. I made my booking and appointment for when I'd be 8 weeks. Obviously I work it back. I had my booking and appointment, and I requested my midwife that I had with both the girls because I really loved her and I wanted her again, which was absolutely fine. And I made that appointment, and obviously as the weeks went on, I started to feel really rough. I felt very sick. Didn't have a lot of sickness with the girls, but this one, I was super sick. And I remember trying various methods to ease the sickness and nothing would work, so I got myself some of the sickness travel bands that you can get. So I looked on Amazon and I picked up these 2, oh my gosh, they're a bit grey, they need washing. 2 travel sickness bands. And I wore them pretty much all day and all night, and they really helped. They really eased the nausea, which was great because I felt nauseous all the time. I wasn't really into eating, I wasn't really drinking. This was my worry with doing this video, is I'm fully aware that I'm forgetting bits. Obviously, when we found out that we were expecting baby number 3, we were both very happy because we'd obviously wanted one for a couple of months now, so we were super happy. I just felt like I didn't say that a minute ago, and that was my worry, because obviously I want people to watch this video and hopefully it'll give them some experience and help them. So I had my booking in appointment, and I remember when I went along to my booking in appointment, I met just a midwife that I'd been having a lot of cramping, quite bad cramping, and I said to her, I didn't remember it with the girls, you know, is it normal for it to be worse with the third? And she said, yeah, your body's all stretching, obviously you've had a section, you've got to remember you've got scar tissue. You know, she almost just put my mind at rest, which is, you know, it's their job. I'm not saying she's done anything wrong. So I left my booking in appointment feeling a little bit more reassured, and obviously I still felt really sick. So I just took it all as good signs, and obviously as the weeks went on, it got worse, and I just remember feeling really like, so I just kept thinking, I must be fine. I'd wake up some mornings feeling really rough. I actually did a couple more tests along the way for reassurance that everything was fine, but obviously it doesn't really guarantee reassurance for a miscarriage. Then I would have been 11 weeks. It was the week before my 12-week scan. So this was on the Tuesday, and my 12-week scan was the following Wednesday. I remember I was at work, I went to the toilet, and I wiped, and there was the tiniest, I mean absolutely the faintest, tiniest amount of blood. And I remember thinking, don't read too much into it, it's a tiny amount, you know, it happens, blah blah blah. So I went and put a pad on because I thought, if it's going to obviously develop into more, I need to be able to assess it. Then in my paranoid state, I was going to the toilet probably every 30 minutes just to see if I could find out what was going on. So I'd go, and obviously everything was fine, there was nothing else. Anyway, it was only after, I don't know, an hour or so, that it suddenly dawned on me that I felt fine, that I didn't feel sick anymore, I didn't feel rough, I didn't feel tired, I actually felt fine. Again, you know, when you're over suspicious and your mind's going, I just thought I was being paranoid. And I remember obviously letting Patrick know that I thought something was wrong, and came in from work discussing that I think I should go to the early pregnancy clinic. Again, you know, he was almost telling me I was being paranoid and our scan was only a week away, so just, you know, basically just wait for the scan. And I just remember saying to him, I can't wait, if something's wrong I need to know, I can't wait a whole week. But equally at the same time, just kind of assuming that maybe I was a little bit further along than I thought I was. And that's obviously why the symptoms had stopped, because I was past 12 weeks and everything had eased off. So I didn't really sleep that night. I went to bed mulling over everything. Again, I still hadn't had any more blood other than this tiny, like, I mean, it was literally the tiniest amount. And I remember getting up really early, got myself ready, and I popped along to our local early pregnancy clinic. I went on my own because, I don't know, we hadn't told many people, I didn't want to alert family. And again, whilst I went thinking something was wrong, I also didn't think something was wrong. It's really hard to explain. I just thought I was being paranoid, and I'd go and they'd tell me that everything was fine, and I'd come home and I'd be like, ah, great, we've got a scan next week. So I went, obviously filled in all the forms, saw the nurse for the pre-assessment that they do. She did a pregnancy test and she was like, yeah, it's, you know, it's really good, it's come up quite strong, blah blah blah, we'll scan you just for reassurance. I was like, okay, great. And she told me to go outside and fill up my bladder, because of being 11 weeks they would obviously scan my tummy, and I needed to have a full bladder to make sure. So I remember filling my bladder up, and I was called into the room, and I like laid on the bed for probably about 10 seconds, and she put the scan on my tummy. It's not quite a scan, is it? Anyway, she put the thing on my tummy, and then she didn't really say anything, and then she just said, oh, we need you to go and empty your bladder because we don't think you're as far as you saying you are. I was like, okay. Obviously slightly concerned now, because even, you know, even going from my last period, I'd still be, I don't know, 10 weeks, 10 and a half weeks. So I was a little bit like, but again, everything will be fine. So I went to the toilet, came back in. I don't know how long I was scanned for. The room was very quiet, and it felt like a lifetime. She wouldn't look at me, she didn't say anything. I mean, I've never been in that situation to know what's normal. And I've got 4-year age gaps between my girls, so I couldn't really remember. And I didn't obviously have any scans with the girls because I didn't need to. And I just kind of, don't know, I just guessed it was the normal that they wouldn't speak to her. I mean, they were obviously checking a lot of stuff, so why would she have time to chat to me? You know, it's not like a chit chat. And then right at the end, I remember her turning to me and she said, I'm really sorry. And then I told her not to say anything else, because obviously I'd gone there, so I knew what she was going to say. And I just didn't want to hear the words. I didn't want to hear her say, you know, your baby's not made it, or you've lost a baby, you've had a miscarriage. I don't know what she would have said, but obviously I didn't want to hear it. So I was in complete and utter shock, because you've had 2 healthy pregnancies. So why would something go wrong a third time? Why me? Why would it happen? You know, I've done everything the same that I did with the other 2 pregnancies. So they obviously allowed me to get dressed, and then they led me out the back of the scan, so I didn't go back through the waiting room, back of the room. And they put me in a little side room where obviously I rang people and told them what happened. Then I remember, again, I was sat in there for what felt like ages. It probably wasn't. I was probably left for a couple of minutes, if that, waiting for the nurse to come and obviously tell me my options. I just remember crying a lot, a lot. And I'm laughing now, but it's like a nervous laugh because I did cry a lot and I didn't really know what to do. I don't know, and obviously at this point I hadn't seen my scan, and naively I guess a part of me thought maybe they're wrong. You know, what does she know? I mean, obviously she does know, it's her job, she scans a lot of people, she knows whether there's a baby there or not. So I waited for the nurse, she came in and she obviously said she was sorry, like everyone is, and took me into the room. And she handed me some leaflets on my options, and then she also said to me, I am going to put this in an envelope for you. I'm just looking for it now, and it is up to you whether you wish to keep it or not, or look at it. Sorry, she didn't say keep it. So obviously it was my scan picture. She said some people don't want to, some people do. So if you don't want to see, you personally who are watching, look away now, and I will tell you when I've taken it away so you can look then. So this was my baby. I'm gonna have to try and blur that out. Okay, so I've moved it. So as you can see, there's almost like a head and a body, I think. I don't really know. Yeah. And they said I was about 9 weeks, I think, when I lost baby. Does it say on here? Heart pulsations not present. Both ovaries were visually and appeared normal. Inside, appearances in keeping with an incomplete miscarriage. So the nurse gave me all of my leaflets, and she explained all my options. She obviously said, you can either go home and wait for your body to pass the baby, or you can come in for a ERPC, which stands for evacuation of retained products of conception, which actually sounds really brutal. I mean, it's not retained products, it's my baby that you're sucking out of my body. Like, why is there not a politer word for it? It doesn't, you know, you're saying it's retained products of conception, but actually to me it's a baby. I've grown that baby. I say grown, you know, obviously it was inside me for 11 weeks. So how can you say it's not? She told me to obviously discuss it with my partner and not make any rash decisions. She obviously went away and came back and told me when I could go in to have the surgery, and she said you can go under general or local anaesthetic. She gave me all the options, and then she also gave me, I don't know if this is the same everywhere, I'm sure it probably is, but she gave me a little forget-me-not. A little pin, it's a little pin. I've got two, so there's obviously one for mum and one for dad, which they obviously give to all parents who have lost a child. And she obviously was very concerned about the fact that I was on my own and I'd have to drive, and I reassured her that I would compose myself enough to be able to drive. I knew I would. I knew if I almost shut it out of my mind until I was home that I'd be fine. And obviously I wanted to get home to where I belong so that I could grieve. I assumed I was growing this baby and we were going to have a baby and everything was going to be great, and I was excited to tell the girls. And obviously that wasn't going to happen. You know, it's almost like you go in there with your whole life, you know, panned out in front of you, and I was excited, and then I left and it's not what I thought it was going to be. You know, I'm saying, you know, now at this moment in time, today's date, I would be 36 weeks pregnant tomorrow. I mean, 36 weeks pregnant tomorrow, and I'm just not, I'm nothing pregnant because I'm not even pregnant. So anyway, I left, I came home, and on the way home, all I kept thinking was, I don't want to wait for my body to do this, because I don't think it is going to do this. If it hasn't for 2 weeks, when will it? And she said obviously they'd only allow me to go 10 days and then I'd have to go in anyway. And I just kept thinking, you know, if I wait 10 days, am I going to get nauseous again? Is my body... I just didn't want to wait. So when I got home and I discussed it with Patrick, and we both decided that if that's what I wanted, then that's what we do. I obviously rang up the hospital and made the appointment for the following Monday. So this was on the Tuesday. No, sorry, this was the Wednesday. On the Tuesday I had the lip bleed, on the Wednesday I went to the hospital. So this was the following Monday. I decided to go under anaesthetic. I wanted to go to sleep. I didn't want to be aware of what was going on, and I wanted to wake up and it'd be done. I'm not sure what the terminology is, but I wanted it to be done. So anyway, we got through. That weekend was my birthday, so this was on the Wednesday, and my birthday was on the Saturday. We went out for food, and the irony is my symptoms came back. So on the Tuesday I had none, and then from the Wednesday up until, well, obviously the Monday, I felt nauseous again, which is just like the ultimate punishment, because I wasn't even nauseous for a good reason. I was just nauseous because my body hadn't recognised that the baby wasn't growing, which is a really hard thing to get your head around. It is like punishment. It's like I was being punished for not being able to grow a baby. Like, that's how it felt. I'll be back.